everybody, this is Rachel and I'm going to do another spirit art reading today. And before I get to the drawing, I wanted to say a few things. I wanted to say, first of all, sometimes I've heard people say, Rachel, I don't want a reading from you because it might bring up something scary. And I will be honest with you, I've never really gotten anything scary in a spirit art reading. One time I did get a young man, and he was a part of a bigger group and he wanted a spirit art reading. So when I honed in, I got some warrior type energy where he was sort of the skeleton guy in a cape. He kind of looked like the Grim Reaper, but he was a warrior and he was fighting a monster. And yeah, that might be scary, except that I know it was metaphorical, not literal. Like, I know he's not the Grim Reaper fighting a real dragon. It was something else. That's the way Spirit showed me his energy was. So even though there was a lot of fighting in that drawing, there was nothing that was scary at all about it. And then another reading, I think it was one that I've talked about earlier, in an earlier video about a woman, and I got her as a child and she was very, very scared. And even though the drawing was of a scared child, the message from the reading was very empowering, because even though she had a very tough childhood, she was able to overcome all of her challenges from when she was a child, and was, as an adult, she was a very well-adjusted and very productive member of society. So if you don't know what spirit art is, I've explained it so many times in so many other videos, so I'm just going to skip that part of the video. But I will say that during spirit art, I do get into a really light trance so that I can kind of detect what is and around me during the drawing. So the intention of this drawing is that it's going to be for a future viewer. And so that being said, if you see this drawing and the message resonates a lot with you, you know who the drawing's of, you understand the message, and you know it's yours, please let me know. So let's get started on this next spirit drawing. Okay, everybody, this is the drawing that I just did, and it's definitely weird. I'm still trying to put it together. I don't know all the details. I'll just tell you what I got. It's funny how I was talking about drawings not being scary earlier, because I think this one definitely has potential to be a little bit scary. So let me just go into it and tell you what I got. But if anybody out there knows what this is and it's different from my interpretation, you know, please let me know, because this drawing would be yours anyways. Of course, I'd scan it to you and send it to you. The first thing I got was this black swan. This black swan is a metaphor for a person, I think. So I think black swan is a person, and it's not this person's not related to these kids. And I do think this is a boy with long hair and this is a girl with long hair. And they are very tired and they are very hungry, and most of all, they feel lonely. They are very lonely and want somebody to play with. So not sure if this has to do with the current quarantine conditions going on, or if these children are actually somewhere where they're lonely, or if it's more serious than that, because eventually I tried to figure out where they were, and I got this like industrial kitchen type place. This particular kid is very hungry. I did this as to be a cup full of something, but now it's like, well, it looks like it even could be noodles, like they're eating noodles, and these children are very starving. I mean, this one's definitely starving, but worse than the hunger, at least for this one, is feeling alone, isolated. I have this shape here, this blue shape. Now I can tell that it's water, and that the swan is just kind of hanging out on this river. And then also the swan has flames around it, so you have all these elements surrounding the swan. I kind of believe that the swan might be the subject, and then this is what the swan does. The swan like puts children in kitchens, or the children for some reason in this kitchen I'm not really sure. I do think they're like hiding in the kitchen, because I think if you walked in this kitchen, you wouldn't know kids are in there. So I'm not sure, you know, I don't know anything about hiding kids or something like that, or anything darker. I'm not really familiar. I'm just telling you what I saw, because it was dark in the kitchen. If it's a restaurant or an industrial kitchen, the venue that the kitchen was serving is not open, like nobody's in there. And this is the kitchen area. So you have the pots and pans hanging, and then this is like a shelf, like shelving with pans that go inside the shelving. And this is like the regular kitchen metal surface. Some other sort of like industrial things in the kitchen, like a refrigerator. And then, I mean, oh, maybe that's like an oven. It just kind of looked kind of dark in there, and it's kind of in the back. So I didn't put a whole lot of detail, because like I said, it was in the background, but it was a location of something. And then this is a lady, and she looked evil or bad or something. And I feel like she might be the actual person behind Black Swan, or maybe the boss. Anyway, she was all red and gross looking, very etheric, but definitely red. And then she has some sort of yellow cloak thing. So initially the yellow looked like a liquid pouring down, but it was yellow, and I don't know what that would be. And then I thought maybe it's a fabric, like there's like a fabric thing around her, behind her, like a drapery that's not on her, but it's just in the background, and it's yellow. I'm not really sure, but I just drew it back here because I got that late in the drawing, and I had already done all these other things. And then these are bombs, and they're falling. So maybe this is a bomb shelter. Like, these children could be in a bomb shelter. They're being kept down there, and they're very hungry. I mean, it seems dark. It seems dark to me. I think these kids are alive. I think this already happened. All this already happened, because I don't think Spirit would tell me about a real crime situation involving children right now, because I'm not going to be able to help with that. So if this was some sort of serious child situation where they had children like locked away somewhere, I'm pretty sure it already passed. I'm pretty sure it already took place, because I'm not in Crime Stoppers or something. And then also, I did actually write that down on my notes. I have some notes. So let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, I got the name or word Pixie. So maybe this is Pixie, or maybe this guy's nickname is Pixie. I mean, it could be a girl, but I really thought it was a guy with like a male child with like longer hair. But that definitely came up. And very lonely, sad children. Okay, I already went over that. Feels left out and gloomy. Okay, I already went over that. Bunkers, industrial kitchen. So that's why I thought maybe this was a bunker, or a kitchen, industrial kitchen inside of a bunker. And then, of course, what is the message? So I'm like, seriously, Spirit, you're going to show me all this stuff, and like, what is the message here? Because it kind of seems like a lot of different elements. You got animals, fire, water, industrial kitchen, bunker, bombs, children, 2 children. I mean, come on. So the message was, don't despair, love always wins. So even though these kids were in some sort of conflict, and or maybe they're just whining, I mean, I don't really know, but they were hungry. So even though all this stuff was going on, they made it out. So don't despair, because even when bad things happen, you can make it through. You can make it through, and love always wins. So if you recognize this, please let me know, because I am, even though I just told you everything that I saw, I'm still struggling with this. So I get sad feelings and everything, gloomy, doom and gloom, children feeling left out, isolated. Okay, I'll be back with the next Spirit art drawing before you know it. And like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.